The ODI World Cup has given us so many amazing victories and memorable moments, but most of us remember only the big scores or the knockout games. There are many matches, performances, or events that cricket fans do not remember or have faded away in time. Here in this video at Espo the Savvy, we will look at 5 forgotten moments of the ODI World Cup. The first one comes from the first edition and is one of the most forgotten moments in Indian history. Team India registered only one win in the first 2 World Cups, and that only win was a historic one. After the infamous first game loss to England where India crawled to 132 in 60 overs in response to the host 334, Team India and especially Sri Lanka had a lot to do. India played East Africa in the second game and bowled the minnows for just 120, with Madan Lal taking 3 for 15. Sunil Gavaskar and his new partner Farooq Engineer both scored unbeaten 50s to chase 120 and managed to do that in below 30 overs, a big achievement at that time. This was the first time that a team had chased a total without losing a wicket, so it was not only India's first win in ODI cricket and in the World Cup, but also a record first 10-wicket win in ODI history. This surely has to be the most underrated and forgotten match of the 1992 World Cup. The winners of the 1992 World Cup, Pakistan, won the last 5 games, which included the final, to live the maiden World Cup. But very few remember in the group stages, Pakistan had won just one match in the first 5 games. Pakistan finished 4th with 9 points above former champions like Australia and West Indies to enter the semis. Both of them ended up with 8 points. This 1 point is all down to the rain gods. Playing the third match against England at Adelaide, England made the right call to field first. Led by Derek Pringle, who took 3 for 8, Pakistan were bundled out for just 74. England were not cruising, but were into a comfortable position at 24 for 1 in 8 overs when rain struck and the match didn't progress further. The destined loss for Pakistan turned into 1 point due to rain and helped them to finish 4th, without which they would have surely finished with 8 points and with a very poor net run rate. Coming to the third ODI World Cup moment that fans have forgotten. When we talk about upset wins or first wins, we all remember the double disaster of 2007 where India and Pakistan were beaten, eliminated from the group stages by Bangladesh and Ireland respectively. But almost 3 decades before that, India had suffered their first humiliation by the hands of a minnow. Sri Lanka came into the 1979 World Cup having lost all 3 games previously in 1975. They lost the first game in 1979 against New Zealand and luckily escaped with a point against the mighty West Indies due to rain. India also lost both the games against New Zealand and West Indies, but still came into the third game as favourites. Sri Lanka, with some solid top order batting, managed to score 238 with 3 of the top 4 guys scoring 50 plus. At the halfway stage of Indian innings, India had lost just 2 wickets, but then the De Silva duo of Somachandra and Stanley broke the middle order and India collapsed to 162 for 7. Pacer Opatha cleaned up the tail with India down and out and 191, giving Sri Lanka their first victory in the ODI format and finishing above in the groups in the 1979 World Cup. Here we shall look at not a moment or a match but a player that surely few remember, a forgotten hero. These are the scores of Glenn Turner, one of the best batters from New Zealand who had 2 phenomenal World Cups in 1975 and 1979. Every time he scored big and remained unbeaten, New Zealand won. The 4 innings that he was dismissed early resulted in New Zealand losing those games. Glenn Turner scored over 500 runs in the first 2 World Cups, while topping the charts in the 1975 edition. No batter managed anywhere close to 400 runs in the 2 World Cups combined. Understanding the depth of this one-man dependence, in 1975 the top scorers for New Zealand were Glenn Turner with 333 runs and Morrison with a distant 91 runs. Surely a World Cup hero forgotten by fans who deserved a better ending. The last forgotten event is a match from the 2003 World Cup. Kenya had a dream run in 2003 which was ended by India in the semis. Being co-hosts and political unrest somewhat unknowingly helped Kenya to this unexpected run. Kenya placed in Group B managed 4 wins in 6 games, although 1 win was handed over to them as New Zealand refused to play in Kenya. But the most important decisive win was in the 4th match. Sri Lanka were the team to beat in Group B and they easily topped this group with 18 points. Sri Lanka were on a roll with 3 wins and demolishing Bangladesh and Canada en route. Sri Lanka put Kenya to bat and despite a fighting 60 by opener Kennedy Otieno, Kenya managed a below par 210 with Murli and Vaz sharing 7 wickets. At 71 for 2, it seemed Sri Lanka would get it done with few overs to spare. But then Colin Oboya took a 5er which he will remember for life. He scalped the next 5 wickets to bring Sri Lanka down to 119 for 7. The 96 champions never recovered and were bowled out for 157, handling them 4 valuable points. Also Sri Lanka's only defeat in the group stages. These two wins over Sri Lanka and New Zealand helped Kenya carry forward points to the Super 6 and also take them to the semis. These were some unexpected lost and forgotten moments in the history of ODI cricket, which I'm certain very few fans know about or have a memory. If you feel there are certain events or matches which have been forgotten or have been lost in time in the ODI history, please let us know in the comments. Until next time.